Hi there, welcome to my channel. One listener recently asked a great question. How do I prepare and protect my real estate portfolio during this uncertain time? If the real estate market crashes 20 to 30% in the next 18 months? This is a great question because inflation is all-time high. There is a historical shortage of housing supply, and the Fed just increased the interest rate. These are the big factors for housing market. And what if this will trigger a recession? I'm going to share with you 5 things I do to prepare and protect my real estate portfolio during this uncertain time. If this is your first time visiting my channel, then please subscribe and turn the notification bell on. This channel is about investing in cash flow real estate, achieve your financial independence, and make an impact. My name is Korianne, and I am a real estate investor since 2001. Here are the 5 things that I have been doing since the pandemic started in early 2020. I have been through the 2000 dot-com bust, and then the real estate market crashed as much as 40% in some real estate markets that I invested in. But I did not only survive, but I thrived. I like to prepare for the worst and hope for the best. The first thing that I do is reevaluate my entire real estate portfolio and make sure my portfolio is still in line with my investment objectives. Reviewing my real estate portfolio allows me to check if I may be too concentrated in one real estate market or asset class. I can make informed investment decisions by reducing the asset into different real estate markets or assets to lower my risk. I like to spread my real estate asset into different real estate asset classes among residential properties, apartments, mobile home parks, medical office building, professional office building, and hotel. If one real estate asset class is overly weighted, then I can reallocate it among all these asset classes. Checking on my real estate portfolio will help me to be aware of what I am currently investing in and be proactive in my decision making if and when the market started to take a turn for the worse, and how I can best overcome any challenges. The second things that I do, I sold some headaches projects that did not produce the result that I anticipate them to produce. I leverage the seller market to exit certain investments. I have sold some properties that were older and started to give me trouble and took the gain to invest in new apartments projects located in a better location. It is great to trade for better property and in a better location. It did not take much effort to sell this project when we are in the seller market. I learned from my experience that when the market downturns, the real estate project in a desirable location get hit the least. And when the real estate market is stabilized, it bounces back faster. If you like this content so far, please click the like now. Come on, you can do it. That helped me out a lot. Thank you. And the third thing is I have to lock in all the fixed rate mortgages for all of my projects. I have done quite a few refinance to lower the interest rate on most of my existing mortgages. I was able to lower 1 to 2% on those mortgages that in turn increased my monthly cash flow. I was able to secure fixed rate loans at the interest rate between 2.5% to 3.125%. I also cash out refinance on some properties that have increased in value in the last 10 years. I do not have to pay for taxes for the money that I took out. It's not considered an income, but it's simply a loan. I just want to disclose too that I'm not a CPA, so you should consider consult with your CPA before doing a cash out refinance or a refinance for that matter. The Fed Chairman Powell mentioned that he will have 4 to 7 rate hikes by the end of 2022 to control the inflation rate that we are currently experiencing now. If you have an adjustable rate mortgage on your property, it is a good time to lock them all in for a fixed rate mortgage. Think about the inflation rate is at 7.5%, and when you borrow money at 4% at the fixed rate for the life of the loan of 30 years, the bank lends you money basically at a loss. You own assets that can hedge with the inflation rate, then you will come out ahead when borrow money to secure cash flow and assets at a lower fixed rate. To make it simple to understand, invest in real estate assets that produce a return that is higher than the interest rate you have to pay for your mortgage. Borrow at the 4%, and when your asset produce a return of 8%, you make 4% difference. This is exactly how the bank makes money when a lot of people put money in the saving to earn less than a 1%, and then the bank turns around and use that money to lend to the other consumers for a car loans at 3%. Then the bank makes the difference of 2%. The 4 things is to save 12 months of cash reserves for all projects to weather the recessions when there is one. A recession will affect the whole economy, and it may affect a few of your tenants as well. Some of them may lose jobs during the recessions, or they may be stretching to keep up with the rent payments. A higher rate of inflation reduces their buying power and may negatively affect their ability to pay the rent. During pandemics, there was a lot of my tenants that got affected and they could not pay their rent until they got rental relief checks from the government to help them out. There were a few months the tenant could not pay for their rents, and having cash reserves allowed me to keep the property running. Also, looking back on the market downturn during 2008 and 2009, I had a few properties that was not able to rent out because they was in the subdivision where 70% of the properties was owned by out-of-state investors, and the home price dropped down to 40 to 50%, which suppressed the rental market. Again, having cash reserve provided coverage for the mortgage payments as needed. It is all right to be overly prepared for the worst, but if things really go south, then you have enough cash reserve to hold on to your investments without a panic sell. The real estate market will go up and down, and you must protect your investments when the market downturns and have enough funds to survive during the uncertain time and thrive on your investment over the long haul. The 5th thing is to avoid all projects that it sounds too good to be true. During the hot real estate market back in 2004 to 2006, there was a lot of projects offered to investors that was overly promised and under-delivered by many real estate developers and real estate general partners on some big commercial projects. I lost money investing in those projects and learned a great few lessons from them. However, I spent a lot of time underwriting the ins and outs of that projects. But I missed a few minor checks, and those projects cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars. Ouch. I have been receiving a lot of this project in the last 2 years. They look very promising on the paper. As I spent some time looking at the project's financial carefully and did some research on these key sponsors, I will stay away from them. Most of the sponsors are new to the real estate business, and they have not experienced a real estate market downturn yet. If you decide to invest in this project, be sure to understand all the numbers and do your own research on the data, as well as on the sponsors, their business experience, and their background. Make sure the sponsor have high integrity with a commitment to stand by their projects and do whatever it takes for the project to be successful despite any potential market downturn. My conclusion to all of you is that only invest in cash flow assets that you understand. No one cares about your finance, grow your money, and protect your money as much as you do. So take the time to understand all the investments before making decision to invest in the assets. Investing in cash flow properties are simple and learnable. The more you learn about cash flow real estate assets fundamentally, the smarter decision you will make for your future investments. Let me share with you a quote that I really like. And I expect the best, prepare for the worst, capitalize on what to comes, by Zig Ziglar. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comment below how you prepare and protect your real estate investment portfolio during uncertain time. Also, how do you prepare for a recession? Would love to hear your thoughts and experience. So let's learn, invest, and make an impact. Ciao!